Hey friends, welcome to a brand new video all about Garten of Banban 8. Today we're diving into some hot news, because we finally have official updates coming directly from the people making the game. Like and subscribe please. And no, these aren't just speculations or fan theories. We're talking about official messages, written and confirmed by Geppo, one of the euphoric brothers. In the past few days, the Garten of Banban Discord server has become a real hub of activity. The developers are responding more frequently than ever before. Geppo in particular has dropped some very important messages a few hours ago. One of these messages announced something very big. It's the official announcement of a brand new video. I will show the message very soon. And that's not all. In this video we're also going to talk about the final trailer for Garten of Banban 8, because all signs are pointing toward a very soon release. The latest moves from the euphoric brothers are clearly building up to something big. But before we begin, subscribe to the channel right now and leave a like on this video. Here you'll find all the news, theories, official updates, and the weirdest behind-the-scenes content from this creepy and mysterious universe. And now, let's start with the analysis of the big news. Let's start with the first message. Geppo wrote a very interesting message on Discord, and now I'm going to read it to you word for word. The message says, "Who would everyone like to see in the next Banban Chronicles video?" That question might seem simple, but it's actually a hidden announcement. Because with this message, Geppo has officially confirmed that a new episode of the Banban Chronicles series is on the way. For those who don't know, Banban Chronicles is a series of videos published on the Euphoric Brothers YouTube channel where they reveal new secrets about the characters of Garten of Banban. We're talking about behind-the-scenes details, scrapped character designs, and alternate roles that some characters were originally supposed to play during development, and it's thanks to these videos that we've discovered some real bombshells. For example, a previous episode revealed that a character named Oscar Star was originally planned to be part of the game, but was scrapped and replaced by Stinger Flynn, or the character Fuchsia, who initially had a different design and was later turned into the current Syringeon. So these aren't just extra videos. The Banban Chronicles are crucial to understanding the full narrative and the creative process behind each mascot. And now, who will be the next character of the next episode? Well, maybe we have already a confirmation. Let's see the next message. After Geppo's initial message asking who we'd like to see in the next episode of Banban Chronicles, a user replied with a very specific name, Sheriff Toadster. And here's where things get interesting. Geppo responded directly with this message. Lots to include in that one as well. A short reply, but packed with meaning, because this is not just a random comment. Geppo is clearly telling us that there's a lot of hidden information about Sheriff Toadster we haven't seen yet. This strongly suggests that there will be a Banban Chronicles episode all about him. We don't know for sure if it will be the next episode or one of the upcoming ones, but it's now obvious that Sheriff Toadster is going to get his own spotlight. And that's huge news for every fan out there. In fact, we've already seen hints about this character in previous episodes, even if those videos were focused on other mascots. For example, we learned that in the early scripts of Chapter 6, Sheriff Toadster was supposed to become one of the Notifieds under the control of Sir Dadadu. That twist was eventually scrapped from the final version of the game. And in Chapter 7, according to older drafts, Sheriff Toadster would go insane and actually become an antagonist. That idea was also cut, but it shows us the kind of dark role he almost had in the storyline. So even if we've seen him take on different roles in the official versions of the game, all these background details show that Sheriff Toadster has a much deeper and more mysterious past than we thought. That's why a dedicated Banban Chronicles episode would be key to understanding his full story. And Geppo's response gives us hope that this episode is coming very soon. But now let's take it a step further. Geppo's message is definitely a strong hint. Sheriff Toadster will have his own Banban Chronicles episode. But hold on, this doesn't mean he'll be the next main character. So who could the next episode be about? So far, the Euphoric Brothers have released 4 episodes of the Banban Chronicles series, and each one focused on a specific character. Banban, Syringeon, Stinger Flynn, and Bittergiggle. But as we all know, the Garten of Banban universe is full of characters, and many of them still haven't been fully explored. That can only mean one thing: many more episodes are coming, and each one could reveal unseen secrets, alternate versions, or hidden backstories of the characters. Now let me point out something important. When Chapter 7 was released, the Euphoric Brothers dropped a Banban Chronicles episode just a few weeks later, and it was all about Syringeon, who was also the main mascot of that chapter. Coincidence? I don't think so. So now that Chapter 8 is almost here, it's totally possible that they'll repeat the same pattern. If that happens, the next Banban Chronicles episode could be about Flambeau, the main mascot of Chapter 8. Think about it, that would be perfect, releasing a new Chronicles episode right after Chapter 8 drops, focused entirely on Flambeau and all of his secrets, lore, alternate concepts, and dark origins. It would be the best way to build hype and give us more insight into this new character, who's clearly going to play a major role in the story. So yes, a lot of episodes are coming our way. And if these theories are right, the next Banban Chronicles could take us right into the twisted backstory of Flambeau. And now let's connect this to the trailer, because this news about a new episode of Banban Chronicles might be directly connected to the final trailer of Garten of Banban 8, and now I'll explain everything step by step. As we all know, the trailer is the most important piece of content when announcing a new chapter. It's the moment when the developers truly reveal what awaits us. Environments, mascots, puzzles, and atmosphere. Much more important than a Banban Chronicles episode, which usually comes after to add lore, backstory, and extra details. Now, if the Banban Chronicles are secondary content and the trailer is the priority, then the question is, why are the Euphoric brothers already talking about a new Chronicles episode? The answer is simple, and it leads to a very interesting theory. If they are already thinking about the next episode, it probably means that the trailer work is already done, or at least nearly finished. In other words, if they're moving on to secondary content like the Chronicles, it means they have free time. And that only happens when the main content, the trailer, is done or nearly complete. That's why this news is way more important than it seems. This upcoming episode might actually be the sign we've been waiting for, a strong concrete clue that suggests the final trailer for Garten of Banban 8 might be dropping very soon. On top of that, we also have the recent messages from Faris, written just a few days ago, where he hinted that development on Chapter 8 is almost complete. And now, with this new confirmation about Banban Chronicles, everything starts to fall into place. The puzzle is closing in, the final trailer is getting closer and closer, and Chapter 8 might be closer than we think. Let's do a quick recap of everything we've discovered so far. The developers of Garten of Banban, the Euphoric brothers, have been very active on Discord and have started giving us important signals about upcoming content. First of all, Geppo sent out a message asking fans which character they would like to see in the next episode of Banban Chronicles, the video series that reveals hidden secrets and backstories of the game's characters. Among the responses, the name Sheriff Toadster stood out. And Geppo confirmed there is a lot to say about him as well. This is a strong hint that the character will soon have a dedicated episode, even though we don't yet know if it will be the very next one to come out. So far, 4 episodes have been released, focusing on Banban, Syringeon, Stingerflynn, and Bitter Giggle, but considering how many characters exist in the Garten of Banban universe, many more episodes are still to come. Also, looking at how things went with Chapter 7 and the episode dedicated to Syringeon, it's very likely that the next episode will be about Flambeau, the main mascot of Chapter 8, perfectly timed to accompany the game's release with new backstories and secrets. Finally, connecting all of this to the final trailer, we can think that the Euphoric brothers have already finished or are close to finishing the trailer, since they are already working on secondary content like the Banban Chronicles. This shows us that the Garten of Banban 8 trailer could arrive very soon, and with it the game's release is getting closer and closer. So get ready for lots of news and don't miss the next videos, because the journey into the world of Garten of Banban is about to get even more intense and mysterious. Thank you so much for watching the video until the end. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.